Hello everybody out there, I'm Chris and welcome back to another comic book review. And in this review I'll be doing X-Men 92, issue number 1. The X-Men from the 90s are back in a comic book during Secret Wars. When they announced this, a lot of us fans of the 90s cartoon really geeked out because we love the 90s X-Men. And this book definitely, I will say this off the bat, delivers with the personalities from all the X-Men in the 90s cartoon perfectly, from Cyclops all the way down to Wolverine. This issue opens up where they're playing laser tag. Wolverine apparently destroyed the Danger Room, so their training takes place in a laser tag arena, and that's how it opens up. And then it ends with them, with Wolverine and Cyclops arguing, of course, and Wolverine walking away like he always does, leaving the rest of the team. And then Sentinels attack. And it's a bunch of action from there on with the X-Men versus the Sentinels. Awesome artwork. I must say, the cover does not do this book justice because the artwork inside this book is amazing. I love the artwork. So the X-Men fight the Sentinels. They beat the Sentinels, and then Baron Kelly, Robert Kelly, shows up. And obviously Kelly is not against the mutants in this part of Battle World, because there was a great war that went on between Magneto and the Brotherhood and the X-Men, and the X-Men showed all of Westchester, because that's the piece of Battle World that this is, that some mutants are good. So instead they created a place called Clear Mountain Institute, where they took all the evil mutants or the misunderstood, misguided mutants and put them there for rehabilitation. And Professor X doesn't trust it. He, even though Baron Kelly completely is behind the X-Men and mutants now, Professor Xavier is still questioning it. And Cyclops is actually against Xavier a little bit. He's like, are you sure? Because he's been behind us all the way. So Cyclops is more inclined to trust Kelly, and then he actually does tell Professor X here, spoiler alert, that after this mission he'll be leaving the X-Men. So we're going to be seeing Cyclops leave the X-Men possibly after this mission. So the X-Men go to Clearwater. I'm not going to go through the whole thing they went through, but we do get introduced to Cassandra Nova. There's a huge thing to her background. Read this book to find out, because I will not spoil that part, because that's going to play into something in the next issue. But she gives the X-Men a tour of the Institute. Everything looks on the up and up. Even Professor Xavier kind of through the astrological plane with Cerebro goes to check it out. But by the end of the issue, and when I say the end of the issue, I mean the last couple of pages, we find out that Clearwater Institute isn't exactly what Cyclops and Baron Kelly made it out to be. And it ends there, where the X-Men are in a pretty precarious situation. This book was an excellent read. If you're a fan of the X-Men from the 90s, it was really good. To me, though, there were some lines in there that were very 90s-esque, like Wolverine saying bub every 2 seconds, and Cyclops calling almost everybody Mister. At the same time, I understand they're looking to get the feel of the 90s X-Men. I just feel like they really delve deep into those personalities with those X-Men, and sometimes it felt like they literally put a line in there because that's what they would have, that's something they might have said in the 90s. So at times the dialogue kind of not felt forced, but it felt like they added that piece in there just to make sure you understand that this is the X-Men from the 90s. All in all, though, this book was an excellent read. I enjoyed it. I'm giving this book a 4 out of 5 stars. Really loved it. Would give it more. Want to see where the series is going first. Obviously, this is just going on throughout Secret Wars, and then obviously we're going to be going back to the all-new, all-different Marvel. Lots of books have been announced, and I'll be honest with you guys, I'm liking what I'm hearing from Marvel. Talk more about that another time, of course. This is just a comic review for X-Men 92. Excellent read. One of my top books from this week. I would highly recommend you guys check this issue out. And with that, that's it for this review, guys. As always, don't forget to check out Comic Related, Comic Frontline, Zone 4 Podcast, and Frontline Gaming Zone. Together we are your let's try that again. #1 source. I don't know why I was going to say force. too much X-Men. For #1 source for comic-related news, reviews, and a whole bunch more. I hate when I throw myself off like that. And until next time, everybody, take care, keep reading, keep collecting, and I'll see you guys in the next review.